What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are starting the first episode of the podcast. So the podcast, I mean, it was very short. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was very short. I wanted it to be longer, but unfortunately there just wasn't really a whole lot to talk about with .lol because we talked our shit about it, and after that there wasn't really much else to talk about because there's been nothing new recently to really talk about in general. We might talk about more community related things, some like drama type of things maybe in the future for .lol on a future episode, but next week's episode, or this weekend actually, will most likely be just a random where we react to like some certain situations going on in the world and stuff like that. I'm coming up with some topics as we speak. We're going to be covering a couple of controversial things, of course, and a couple of things that are maybe a little bit more on the mature side of things. But anyways, boys, if you guys enjoyed this podcast episode, don't forget to drop a like and sub. Here is the YouTube comment shout out. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Alrighty, boys. So, episode 1, welcome to the podcast where we just yap the entire time. This is one giant yap session. Okay? This is literally what it's going to be. We'll invite some people. If they have face cam and stuff, we'll pop up their face cam on this side, and they could, be right next to me. If you guys don't know, I will also have this up right here as well. So like say we're doing like a window capture or something, or watching something, you guys will be on the top left of my stream. But yeah, boys, long story short, let's go ahead and get started on stuff. I've already hit the record button, so we're going to go ahead and start talking. So first topic I wanted to talk about today, guys, is 1v1.lol, of course, for the first episode. The main reason why I wanted to talk about it is because 1v1.lol is currently in shit shambles. Just keep it a quick bug with you guys. It's not looking good right now. They don't really pay attention to the game. They don't really do much for the game. I mean, we just got a copy and paste season. If I were to tell you guys anything about that copy and paste season, I'm going to keep it a quick buck and just say, not good. It's not good at all. But if you guys are wondering about my personal thoughts on it, I'm going to be giving you guys my personal thoughts on it today. Also, this will be going up on a YouTube fully unedited and everything. That way we can get more viewers towards the podcast. I know the first two are probably going to be dead because I don't stream on Kick ever. Never live on Kick. I've tried thinking about, doing like triple streaming like I did before in the past. But triple streaming is just too much on my laptop, I think. I think if I get like a dedicated PC to just run that, or if I get a PC and then I dedicate the main laptop to just having the streams up and stuff on its own, so it doesn't really run that much of my main PC setup once I do get one. And yeah, maybe eventually we will get to that. But for now, we're just going to mainly focus on just getting the stream done in any way that we can. So, just to start off, we're going to talk about the Battle Pass. So, if you guys did not see my video on the Battle Pass, you guys should definitely go check it out on the YouTube. I don't think it's linked anywhere on my Kick. I have to work on getting commands and stuff done for it, but you guys want to check it out, you guys are watching this on the YouTube video, go ahead and go back and watch those. I can show you guys how to get a free battle pass and stuff like that. But long story short, 1v1.lol is not looking great when it comes to the battle pass. Yeah, guys, I'm just going to let you know right now my personal thoughts on the battle pass. Just not great. As far as the battle pass goes, we just got a copy and paste of an entire battle pass that we've had previously. The battle pass is not great. There's no new tiers or anything like that. There's just nothing really great about it in general. When it comes to battle passes, this is most definitely the worst type of battle pass we probably ever had, ever. And when it comes to battle passes just in any other game, this is probably the worst battle pass I've probably ever seen in any other game I've ever played before. When do we ever get a copy and paste of a previous battle pass? Even if the battle passes were not great in other games, they still came up with new ideas for the battle passes instead of just copying and pasting. Just absolutely ridiculous. Not only that, but they copy and pasted a bad season. If they would have just brought Fang back out for your boy, because I never got Fang, they would have just brought him back out. I probably would have had zero complaints. Oh, I mean, obviously I would have had some complaints because it's a copy and paste season. I think that they should not be charging for a season that they've already released before. And if it is on accident or anything like that, they probably would have fixed it by now. So I don't think it's exactly an accident either. Just to keep it a quick bug with you guys. It's not really great overall. But yeah, boys, that's honestly all I really got to say about the Battle Pass side of the game. Now, we're going to be talking about more about, let's see. Oh, we're going to talk about game modes. So game modes, they came out with nothing new. There's been nothing new for a while. They were rotating some modes out when it came to 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3 clash. They were even rotating between showdown solos and showdown duos at one point. It was looking good, and then they just put down duos and solos at the same time, and now it's just out at the same time. There's no rotation or anything like that, and the map rotations are no longer a thing. It's just you play a game, you get into one map, you play another game, you get into another map. There's no like actual timed rotations anymore. And 2v2 to 3v3 clash is no longer existent in the game either. It's not popped up in probably like a good 2 weeks or so, I would say. It could be longer, it could be shorter, I'm not sure, but from my own timetable of me playing the game, I haven't seen it in about 2 to 3 weeks. So that's also not really a great thing in general when it comes to game modes and stuff like that. Also, apparently, they were working on a public zone wars to be returning to 1v1.lol. But now we don't have a public zone wars coming back to 1v1.lol. They haven't said anything, the developers have not said anything, and that's going to be our next topic, guys, going from game modes. So, heading away from game modes, we are heading into talk about the developers themselves. Developers have very much not said a single thing. Dang, my hair is all messy, boys. But the developers have not said a single thing at all in quite a bit. They haven't even gone to the Discord. They haven't reached out to any creators. They haven't done anything to reach out to the community, even in the slightest. And even the update was not even an update. I mean, I guess the most that they gave us was the Elements Lab. So, I mean, that's still not that great when it comes to season updates. And I just threw my mouse on the floor. Nice. Okay. But long story short, guys, the developers are just not making any moves right now. They're not making any promising moves. They're not really even making anything in general, to be honest with you. Nothing serious that would actually get our attention. Nothing serious that would actually help out the game. Especially when it comes to attendance and stuff like that. The player count is just continuing to drop on like a daily basis. If you guys look at the Steam charts, I'm going to go ahead and start popping stuff up here. Give me a quick second while I pull up another browser for you guys. But yeah, if you go ahead and you go to Steam charts, let's go ahead and pull this up on OBS for you guys. Let's see. YouTube, there we go. Alright, so if you guys head over to Steam charts right now and look up 1v1.lol, it's just not looking that great, guys. We're going to be looking over like the long-term period of 1v1.lol. If it actually lets me search it. There we go. Okay, so 1v1.lol. So there's been a 1% gain in the past 30 days, which is not great compared to all this loss in between. So, we're going to be going over the past year, and it's been quite a roller coaster, boys. So, we actually were at 1,000 back in June of 2023. That's peak players, so that's not really that bad. That was, I believe, the first month of 1v1.lol going onto Steam. So, not all that great, but also not all that bad, considering it was a new game on Steam, and there was still all the player base that we had on web, and as well as... Yo, what's up, Loxy? How you doing? Sorry. But up on web, up on mobile, we had all those platforms and stuff. We still do, but there's not nearly as many players on all those platforms as there was before. So that's pretty unfortunate. But also, if you go up to July, you saw a little bit of a decrease there. After seeing the decrease there, you go ahead and head into August. August as well, not looking all that great. We did go up by 7%, of course. All right, hold on, boys. David, see you right back. Alrighty. My bad, boys. I'm going to call people. But yeah, it went up by 7.2%. Not really all that great when it comes to peak players. Obviously, the average player count went up by 32%. And then heading into September, we went up another 13%. So it was looking good. We were going on the rise. Just a lot of positives over here. Heading up into December. November and December were the pretty much nearly the peak months of peak players. So it was looking really good for us. It wasn't looking bad at all. Hold on. Bro, there's being loud as shit in the call. I gotta leave the call for a little bit. Okay. Well, yeah, December-wise and November, those are peak viewership as well for me. Your boy was popping off quite a bit. Your boy was having some good viewership. We were doing quite a lot, and it was looking great quite a while. Unfortunately, it ended up going nearly to death when it came to January. So pretty much what happened, in my own opinion, is that I believe that the player base just kind of died off. One, because of break being over. Christmas break was a huge boost. Anytime that there's any major breaks or anything like that, the game usually gets a boost every single year, whether it's a lot or a little bit of players. So there was a lot of people. The developers were coming out with hunts, and the hunts were keeping players into the game. A lot of content creators were making a lot of content. So when all the hunts stopped popping up and they started coming out with labs, the labs kind of just started killing everything slowly but surely. But then we had a mini revival period heading into March of this year. So March of this year, we had a pretty good jump. Coming into March, it was looking pretty good. And then they started paying creators, I believe it was in April, to promote the game. And somehow, the entirety of the game died. So what I think happened was spring break happened, and March absolutely popped off during spring break and like the weeks of spring break, because some some districts have different times off, and depending on where you live, that's also different times as well. So through that entire month, there was just a lot of player base all showing up and stuff like that. Also, Posse, thank you for the follow as well, and Kick. Appreciate that. But yeah, there was just quite a lot going on, a lot of issues with the game, especially. They were just paying content creators to promote a dead game, pretty much. And then April, that was when they were really starting to pay these creators quite a lot to promote the game. And the max that the game could peak at was 1,149 viewers. So unfortunately, they were only promoting the mobile side of the game. So Steam just kept dying and dying and dying as time went. And sure, maybe mobile had a big jump or something like that, because a lot of players playing on mobile decided to hop on their phone and play. But as far as Steam goes, nothing really happened. And more creators were still doing stuff through April and May, and I believe early June. But your boy had already left, so I didn't really have a whole lot of recap for that, because I left in like late April to beginning of May, or actually earlier in April, sorry, into later in May. I made a video about that and everything up on my channel. You guys can check that out. But yeah, just not a really great time. I was in BNG during June, or in between that, I was playing other games like Get Supplying and stuff, and then when it came to June, I was playing a lot of BNG, and then once we came to July, then I started coming back doing some stuff with .lol. And, ever since then we've been back, but unfortunately it's still been on decline. But it seems like the last 30 days have been on a little bit of a gain, if you can call 4 to 1% a gain. Just still not all that great. 4 players is not really all that great compared to having, plus 789 peak players. 89% peak players. Sorry about that. Yeah, just not all that great in general. Compared to all the other months. So that pretty much speaks for itself. You guys can even see it on the bar graph here. It goes up and then it just dies horrendously. And do we ever see it coming back? Now that's going to be the next part of this podcast. Do we ever see it coming back? Honestly, I don't really think so. Obviously the podcast is going to be coming back. This is the first episode. But yeah, as far as the game coming back, unfortunately, no at the moment, because of the repeat season. I don't see this game coming back for quite a while. They need to do something crazy, like come back with the hunts maybe for the holiday season, and come back with some peak, cosmetics, some more things for the game, some new items, and some new weapons, some new champions, maybe even bring the OG skins back. I know a lot of players left because they lost all their skins. That's another reason why a lot of people left. Was that all the skins that they earned through the hunts, all the cosmetics and everything, was all lost straight through the update of Chapter 3. Chapter 3 just absolutely ruined everything. So, unfortunately, that's just how it went. But long story short, guys, I really don't think the game is going to come back anytime soon. Like I just said, if none of those things happen and what I just said, I don't see the game coming back. It's not looking great for it. And, yeah, man, I mean, I'm still going to content create. I'm still going to be here for quite a while. I mean, we still have one CL Season 1 to run. Obviously, if we dump all kinds of money into Season 1 and it doesn't do anything for the game, unfortunately, we might have to, put the prize in the bag and go ahead and call it. At least from my end. I don't know. I mean, I did call it before, and then I came back. You know, so we don't know. I could just take a break or something like that, and then come back like I did before. Take a few months off, cool off, get refreshed, come back, and do something with it. But right now, your boy's on his grind. I'm getting good viewership. The viewership is starting to pick back up on YouTube, and the payments are starting to pick back up on YouTube. So there's no point in leaving. I'm not leaving anytime soon or anything like that either. So don't expect me to leave anytime soon or anything like that. So, but yeah, if you guys are expecting any other crazy content to be coming on the way, then be ready because there is going to be some crazy content coming up on the way here pretty soon up on the channel. Some new series and stuff like that. And yeah, so now the next part of the podcast, this is probably going to be the last part. I know the first episode is going to be pretty short, but there's not really a whole lot to talk about when it comes to .lol, other than just talking shit about it, which we already have been doing. But long story short, guys, when it comes to content, I'm going to be working on trying to get some extra content, such as, you know, more tournaments, some rankings, some other content that we could put up onto the official 1CL channel, some stuff for Silence Esports. Silence Esports is also going to be having some advances here with clan rankings coming up into 1CL. So that'll be something else pretty big coming up for the new upcoming season of 1CL. I mean, it's already here, but the regular season will be on its way next week. So we'll be seeing when that's going to pretty much start up and everything. But guys, long story short, everything that's going to be starting up is going to be nice and fresh. We're going to be having fresh new content. And hopefully they can come back with some hunts and stuff. So when I get back from my move, which I'm going to be having here in the next few weeks, you know, once we get the move and everything done and I get all my stuff all settled in the week after, then we can get some new content in and maybe some hunts to go along with it if they bring them back, or maybe new labs or some new stuff that we can use to participate and actually make some real type of content for the game specifically, and not just competitive gaming content itself. So that's pretty much all I had to really talk about. I know this podcast was really short. Like I said, there's really not a whole lot to talk about. I was gonna bring somebody on to kind of talk about it some more, but I didn't really want to bring anybody on for the first episode. I want this to just be kind of like a one-on-one interaction with chat, one-on-one interaction with the podcast in general, and stuff like that. So I know, guys, the first one's really short, but the other ones are going to be an hour to 2 hours long. I just wanted this to be a little bite of what is to come, and you know, the type of content you guys can most definitely expect coming in, heading into the podcast and stuff like that. So anyways, boys, if you guys enjoyed this first episode, don't forget to drop a like and sub on the YouTube video. Obviously, this will be put up as a video if you guys are over on the Kick stream, or if you guys haven't even stopped by on Kick yet, go ahead and look at the link down in the description down below and go ahead and check it out. But anyways, boys, I'll see you guys in the next podcast if you guys want to go ahead and stop by if you guys are over on Kick. But if you guys see me on YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Anyways, boys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, boys.